Ooh, it's beautiful.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
WZMQ home to CBS, the Talk and 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the city of Ishpeming is one step closer to making major improvements to its water and sewer infrastructure, but the city manager says needs to happen next. Plus, UP legislators sound off on a proposal to designate hundreds of acres of land in Upper Michigan as federal wilderness area, why they're opposed to the resolution introduced by a Lower Michigan senator. And a nationwide effort to end polio returns to Marquette next week. How you can participate in Pints for Polio at local breweries. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
It's a big weekend for some activities, Ariane, and we have some scattered rain and chilly temperatures to kick it off.
You bet we do. Yeah, we do have that drizzle continuing, as well as those gusty winds. That wind advisory still going on for Houghton and Keweenaw counties this evening till about 8 o'clock Eastern time. So make sure you're aware of that, as well as gusts continuing into the evening. We'll expect that lake effect rain changing into snow. And as Sarah mentioned, we've got very chilly temperatures on the way this weekend, maybe down into the 20s, and we can expect those temperatures into next week. Today, though, we saw a high of 56 degrees out at the National Weather Service. Your full forecast and Halloween outlooks after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, a long-awaited water and sewer infrastructure project in the city of Ishpeming is moving forward. The multi-million-dollar project would be half funded through grants and half through a low-interest loan. WZMQ's Mitchell Rive shares when the work could get started and why some city residents say it's a blessing in disguise.
After almost 2 years of applying for grant funding, the City of Ishpeming's water and sewage infrastructure project is deemed in the fundable range. Pending approval from the state, the city will receive around $36 million to make significant progress underground. City Manager Craig Cugini says this process took a lot more than just signing a few papers.
What we're trying to do is make sure people understand this is infrastructure improvements. Ishpeming's not the only one with problems. Ishpeming has older problems than most communities because of our age of our town. We're 150 years old.
Cugini notes that the grant funding program is also quite competitive, making it sometimes more difficult for smaller municipalities to make their case more valued. In September of this year, their score, categorized by income, city age, and other demographics, wasn't in the fundable range.
We had been arguing that our score was not correct.
Later that month, using a public comment period, comments from residents made their way to the state saying that the city's points should be recounted.
They reached out to the state and said, hey, this is really important to Ishpeming. All of us living here need to know that our infrastructure is solid and not going to break every year.
It is an amazing investment in our town.
Dan Perkins, owner of Dan Perkins Construction, says moving to Ishpeming 25 years ago, there was little development and feels that Ishpeming has always had great potential. Now, with the community rallying behind the long-awaited infrastructure project, he hopes for more progress in the near future.
It's about environmental justice in very real terms. Let's focus on getting this town the fresh water it needs.
The city of Ishpeming just needs documentation that approves the infrastructure project, and the state can then award the funds so the city can start redeveloping. Mitchell Rife, WZMQ 19 News, Ishpeming.
The Michigan Arts and Culture Council has awarded just over $666,000 to organizations throughout the UP for this fiscal year. Recipients include Escanaba's Boniface Arts Center and Players Denock, Iron County's Crystal Theater, the Pine Mountain Music Festival, Marquette's City Band and Symphony Orchestra, and the DeVos Art Museum at NMU. Funds will go toward operating expenses, capital improvements, art supplies for schools, and other tools to support the arts in Upper Peninsula communities. In Lansing, state senators have issued resolutions in support and opposition of federal wilderness designation for over 51,000 acres of the Ottawa Forest in the UP. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy spoke with UP lawmakers about those resolutions and the changes that could be seen if that designation is made.
Senator Sue Schenck, Democrat from Ann Arbor, introduced a resolution that calls for the U.S. Congress to designate areas throughout the UP as federal wilderness. UP Senator Ed McBroom says this isn't the first time these requests have been made, and that any follow-through from the federal government would make some big changes across the peninsula.
You'd have non-motorized recreation, and you'd be able to use the trails that are already there, but there'd be no new trails.
Following the senator's resolution, UP Representatives Dave Preston and Greg Markinen introduced similar resolutions to the House. The resolutions were made to oppose the designation of additional federal wilderness areas in Michigan's Upper Peninsula and to urge the United States Congress to declare the entire city of Ann Arbor a wilderness area.
It was a very wonderful move by my colleagues in the House to point out just how frustrating it can be as a legislator to have somebody from 10 hours away not even consult with you before they decide what's best for your area of the state.
Federally designated wilderness territory has its own set of regulations that have to be followed. Within the designated areas, no roads can be paved, there can be no temporary roads, use of motor vehicles or equipment, and no structures can be built.
It doesn't work for us up in the UP. You know, our timber harvesting standards and everything get put into jeopardy.
This is not a national park. They're national forests. We maintain them to maintain our reserve of a valuable natural resource. And to just let it grow old and start tipping over and dying and burning is not responsible management.
Senator McBroom says it's unlikely anything will come of Senator Schenck's resolution, but still warned that it could be detrimental to industries throughout the region. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
We reached out to the Ottawa National Forest on this for a comment. A spokesperson told us the Ottawa National Forest has no position on the matter. Marquette breweries are partnering with the Marquette Rotary Club to end polio. It's called Pints for Polio, happening next Friday at more than 10 businesses and bars across Marquette County, including Black Rocks, the Delft Bistro, and Cognition Brewery. 25 cents from each pint of beer will help go to eradicate polio, and all the money raised will be matched by the Gates Foundation. Since the fundraiser's inception, Rotary members across the nation have contributed more than $2.1 billion.
Event has been kind of a local favorite. Last year, I think we raised around $600 or $700. This year, our club has already stepped forward and donated out of their own pockets more than $1,000.
Donations can also be made through the Marquette West Rotary Club's Venmo account listed right there on your screen, or just head on over to WZMQ19.com. A UP librarian won the state award for Public Librarian of the Year. The director of the Dickinson County Library, Megan Buck, took home the title at the Michigan Library Association's annual conference out of 70 librarians statewide. Buck was also recently appointed to the Michigan Library Board by Governor Whitmer. She credits her colleagues at the Dickinson County Library and the Dickinson County Library Board for her success. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, the Upper Goddess is sharing one of her and Dean's favorite drinks. She's got the recipe. And later, getting a head start on college. The high school seniors who stopped by Bay College in Escanaba today to learn about taking those first steps into higher education. We're back.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
To raid the cage, here's how it works. Are you ready? Ex-NFL star Ephraim Salaam has 50 seconds to go into the cage and grab as many big prizes as he can. But if he doesn't get out before the doors close, he loses it all. Will he make it? You just gotta watch.
Unnecessary roughness.
With host Damon Wayans Jr. and co-host Jeannie Mai. A new Raid the Cage tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Some seem to think that quality is a thing of the past. At Simple Treasures in Iron Mountain, you'll find they carry respected name brands like Uttermost Home Decor, Carroll Fabrics, and Custom Draperies. And for the perfect gift, they carry Pendleton hats, shirts, and sweaters for men and women, as well as a beautiful assortment of Pendleton blankets. Discover your Simple Treasure today. Visit Simple Treasures of Iron Mountain for home decor, gifts, and draperies. 426 South Stevenson Avenue.
Mike Baxter, Pioneer.
Dad, how do you kill an elk?
Wait outside the lodge until last call, then hit it with a tire iron.
And Legend.
I have a 60-year-old truck and a 30-year-old marriage. You should be happy that I am stuck in my old ways.
I do love that truck.
No wonder he's the last man standing.
Amy Doyle reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
We've got these lake alerts as well with the gale warning and these westerly winds kind of taking over Lake Superior as well as the land. Houghton and Keweenaw counties this evening. This wind advisory ending at 8 o'clock tonight. We could again see gusts up to 45 miles an hour there. It's been pretty breezy and gusty throughout the day. As you can see, most of us getting that wind out of the west or northwest, and things kind of calm, I should say. But as we get into the evening, we could see up to 30 miles an hour up there in Eagle Harbor, 19 here in Marquette by around 10 p.m. But again, we'll see those gusts continue maybe even into our Saturday morning. A lot of that heavy wind, though, coming through on that northwest shoreline. So just a heads up there. If you live in that area, could see some power outages with possible trees getting down. Taking a look at this weekend, so we've got Halloween events going on, but friends, it's going to be very chilly, and we're going to expect some lake effect rain, snow mixtures, or just snow showers. This evening, those breezy conditions, cloudy skies, and drizzle, of course. Maybe a snowflake or two. Lows getting to around 25, 35 degrees. Tomorrow during the day, we'll expect temperatures in that 30-degree range, mid-30s to upper 30s. It's going to be cold. And then in the evening as well, 25 to about 35 on Sunday. Another chilly one expected. I know it's fall though. It's fall still, but it's the UP. Temperatures right now, we are still seeing some 50-degree temps here in Marquette and Iron Mountain. Hopefully you were able to get out and enjoy it before things are dropping down tonight. Take a look here as we'll expect very cool temperatures in the interior. Ironwood about 29 for that low, 32 over there in Iron River. Could see some frost possibly as well. Taking a look at the precipitation, the past couple of hours, a lot of the activity over Lake Michigan and the Huron Mountains there. In the central portions of the UP. But as we take a look at the radar, we're seeing a little bit of precipitation here in Baraga and West Marquette counties, as well as that eastern side of the UP. So what are we looking for this evening coming out of the skies? Okay, rain showers, we know that's the story, but here's where we could see some mixture there in North Houghton County, along with those very strong westerly winds. Saturday morning, possible rain-snow mixture. Most of that rain-snow we'll see over there on the northwest corner there, but we could even see some sprinkles there in Alger County as we get into the weekend even further. We're expecting mostly cloudy skies, maybe a chance of that sun poking out here and there over the weekend, but other than that, it's going to be very cold with mostly some cloud coverage. All right, 7-day outlook for Marquette. We'll expect those highs around 40 degrees as we've got downtown trick-or-treating going on tomorrow. Could see a little bit of snow, but maybe some sun.
Our 19 News in.
Someday your son's going to test you. It's going to force you to make a decision.
A man must stand with his people. Now we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
Tonight, the search widens for the main mass shooting suspect and new details emerge about the victims. And a weekend heat blast is on its way for many U.S. cities. Then, he defied the odds to become an all-star athlete, then aimed to soar even higher on the CBS Evening News.
Now more than ever, you need to know what's happening here in Washington. Decisions affecting your life by the people you set here. I'm Rachel Knapp, tracking the daily decisions by your senators and representatives. That's my job, and I report to you. Healthcare, education, the economy, taxes, jobs, all hang in the balance. Watch my reports from Capitol Hill only on WZMQ 19 News.
Get ready for a brand new season of Collector's Call with all new collections.
Collector's Call, Sundays at 6:30 on MeTV 19.1. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
It's a big weekend with many people heading out for trick-or-treating events and other Halloween activities. And of course, it's especially important this weekend to stay vigilant and be safe. Joining us tonight with some advice is Marquette County Sheriff Greg Zybert. Thanks for coming in, Sheriff.
Well, thank you. My pleasure.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the main safety things that people need to keep in mind for Halloween.
Well, as you know, this is the children's night. Big children and little children.
Yeah.
And we don't like to mix that. But we have to be so careful. First of all, if you're driving around, you know, just take it easy because these kids will cut between cars. Yeah. They're excited. They're not paying attention. And so you just need to slow down, especially when you see children in the area. And just take it easy. Use some common sense because of the holiday.
At least in Marquette, what are those trick-or-treating hours or that time frame that people should really be on the lookout?
Yeah, well, it's around just before dusk, and I don't know the specific hours, and you can call your local PD because there's different municipalities that have different times, but for the most part, it's a couple hours before dusk and then a couple hours after. And once it starts getting dark, these kids are unpredictable. And, you know, a lot of times they have costumes on, they can't see what's in front of them, and they're just so excited. So it pays to use some caution.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about being careful of, you know, the adult candies that, you know, we don't think that people are necessarily being sinister and intentionally doing it, but a lot of times those packages look very similar to the normal candies.
Right, right. It's important now that marijuana is legal and there's gummies and all. Some of these things, they can look, you know, just like children's candy. And so, first of all, I advise the parents, don't allow the kids to eat anything that they get until they're brought home. And then you can go through with them the different candies. If it's open, throw it out. It's not worth taking the chance. But yeah, go through and, you know, sift through what's in the bag and make sure that it is candy. If there's any needle, you know, for years we had the problems where some psychos were putting needles inside candy and for children, and we hadn't had that in many years, and knock on wood, we won't. But if you do get some candy that was tampered with or put it off to the side, try and keep, you know, if you're with your children, try and know where they're going, what blocks they're on. And this will help us track if someone is putting in, you know, gummies or doing something to the candy, and it helps us be able to get that person who's doing it.
Yeah, and of course with any holiday weekend, there's usually a lot more people who are drinking. Are you guys going to have extra patrols out to make sure that the roads are safe as well?
Yes, this holiday, believe it or not, for college and that age, this is probably one of the biggest holidays. I mean, it's bigger than Christmas or New Year's or 4th of July. This is the night that they like to get out there and party. And so, again, you know, it's 21st century. There's easy ways to get home, and you have to plan before you actually go out, because once you start drinking, you're not able to make a wise decision if you're drinking or smoking or whatever, indulging in things. So make a plan, have someone pick you up or have a designated driver, and then of course just be careful, because a lot of people are out.
Yeah. Any other tips you want to give people?
No, I think it's just using common sense. You want your kids, you want everyone to have a good time, so just use common sense, and that usually prevails.
Yeah. Sheriff Seibert, thank you so much for sharing tonight. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Still ahead tonight, the Upper Goddess has another recipe to try out. Lori and Dean share their favorite drink recipe, and it's got a little spice to it too. And later, getting a jump start on preparing for college. What high school seniors learned at Bay is the Way Day at Bay College. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. More Feeding America mobile food pantries are coming to UP communities next Wednesday, November 1st. Another truck makes a stop in Munising at Eden Lutheran Church. Volunteers are needed to help set up, pack boxes, and load vehicles from 11 to 2. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other volunteer opportunities, just head on over to upersunited.com.
On this Friday night, a look at drone and missile attacks on U.S. military bases abroad, how the United States is retaliating, and what it means for the health of troops who are currently deployed. That and more news tonight here on the CBS.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
NCIS.
AFP, Australian Federal Police.
All together now.
Cruising in the port, get it done.
Reach across the world.
We got the place surrounded.
Hands on your head. Gotta take my hand.
What if this is bigger than we're imagining?
You need to say this.
They trapped him down there with the world's most venomous snake.
Welcome to Australia.
NCIS Sydney, Tuesday, November 14th on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Our studio is in downtown Marquette, but we also have bureaus in Escanaba, Lansing, and Iron Mountain. How does that make a difference?
I think it makes a huge difference because the UP is very big. We're only 3% of the state's population, but we cover almost 40% of the land mass. So we are spread out quite a bit. And so I think to have all these different bureaus in the UP is really helpful because people live in those areas and want to know what's happening in their location.
Yeah.
But then especially now that we have our Lansing Bureau, I feel like that's something that's really been missing here in the UP is state government and what is going on down in Lansing. And we are so disconnected from Lansing so often. I think it's a major benefit that we have a reporter down there on the ground covering what's happening in our government and talking to our UP state representatives, but also just our government officials down there about how things that they are deciding on impact people who are living in the UP.
With style and class, MeTV's Perry Mason represented the sleek 50s fashion, distinctive and suave. The truth never goes out of style on Perry Mason.
Weekdays at 9 a.m. and 11:30 p.m.
The Upper Goddess is back with another recipe, this time a drink recipe that has a little kick to it.
Hi. What are we doing today, Dean?
Bloody Marys.
Your favorite?
It is.
Non-alcoholic.
That's
Because
right.
that's how we roll. We don't ever put alcohol in ours. So what Dean likes is cheese, pepperoni, and olives. And this is his container, okay? Just saying. So I'm gonna put some ice. So the one thing we can't stand, hey, like if you get a Bloody Mary in a bar or whatever, all you can taste is Tabasco sauce. It doesn't taste like anything. So I use this. So we're gonna just dump some of this in here. I'm gonna probably go about almost half. And then we're gonna put spicy hot V8. These are spicy and sweet, hey Dean?
Yeah.
So the other thing I do is I make the brine for my bread and butter pickles. And I put a little bit of my relish in it. And I give it a good shake here. That's why you need that big thick straw. So everything. And I'm gonna put some of this in there. That's what makes this so good, hey?
Never have too much.
I know, you love it. And then this is my spices. I have granulated garlic, granulated onion, celery salt, paprika, a little chili powder in here. Never knew that, Aiden.
No.
So I'm just gonna give it a good mix. And we used to put the stuff on this, hey?
Yeah.
And it was so messy. You'd be like trying to eat it and you'd be, you know, full of Bloody Mary, but aren't you glad I made this for you?
Yep.
I'm gonna taste it. Spicy, sweet, delicious.
And it's a little game there trying to stab them pieces of cheese, pepperoni.
You get your exercise. Give it a try and, you know, put what you like in it. So keep smiling.
We just crack up at them. They're so cute. Lori and Dean, you guys are the best. Moving along, high school seniors from across the UP traveled to Escanaba to get a head start on preparing for college. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the story.
On Friday, more than 150 seniors visited Bay College for Bay is the Way Day.
Today is college all squished into a couple hours. We start the day off with learning about what it's like to apply, how college is different than high school, and what it means to go to a community college.
Students got a rundown of the essentials, from securing financial aid to selecting which program is right for them. Then they experienced a college setting firsthand.
Seniors got to pre-register and let us know what it is that they're interested in studying, or maybe what they want to do for a career. We do our best to match them with faculty, so they actually get to sit in a college classroom, hear from a college faculty member, and learn about the program and what college is like in that kind of environment.
Programs included accounting and business, emergency medical care, water resource management, engineering, and forest technology. Administrators also discussed the various paths students can take when pursuing higher education.
They might want to take a gap year, or maybe they just want to take a couple classes. Maybe they really want to get their associate so then they can take that degree and bring it with them to a four-year institution. Success looks different for everybody.
Above all, administrators say they want seniors to know Bay College cares about them and wants to help them achieve success, no matter where they end up.
Senior year is tough. Adulting, the pressures of life start to get a little real. So today we really want to give them the tools and some nuggets of information that they can take with them so that when they are ready to make their decision about where they want to go, they know that they can come and talk to us if they have any questions or need more support.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
We could finally see some of the white stuff through the weekend. Ariane has our snow chances and the
Since the 15th century, Antwerp, Belgium has been the city for diamonds. Erickson Jewelers is going overseas to this diamond capital soon to handpick directly from a sparkling selection unlike any in the world. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll use our connections to personally find it in Antwerp's famous diamond district. This is a special opportunity that allows us to negotiate the best options and value for you. Find out how Erickson Jewelers can bring home your one-of-a-kind Antwerp diamond.
Some seem to think that quality is a thing of the past. At Simple Treasures in Iron Mountain, you'll find they carry respected name brands like Uttermost Home Decor, Carroll Fabrics, and Custom Draperies. And for the perfect gift, they carry Pendleton hats, shirts, and sweaters for men and women, as well as a beautiful assortment of Pendleton blankets. Discover your Simple Treasure today. Visit Simple Treasures of Iron Mountain for home decor, gifts, and draperies, 426 South Stevenson Avenue.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Are you considering trying to get a loan modification on your own? Did you know that less than 5% of people who tried on their own actually got a modification? At the Mortgage Modification Helpline, we know the rules and regulations banks don't want you to know about, and we've helped thousands of people stay in their homes. So call the Mortgage Modification Helpline today.
Please call 800-515-2812.
Cars will break down, and when they do, it's too late. If your car is out of warranty, it leaves you with two choices: get stuck paying for expensive repairs, or one phone call to CarShield. Their administrators pay for your covered repairs so you don't have to. Your coverage includes roadside assistance, towing, rental, and so much more. Plus, with their nationwide network, you choose the mechanic or dealer. Best of all, there's coverage for every wallet size. Make the smart call before it's too late. Call CarShield today.
We have that sun setting here in the central and eastern portions, a little bit cloudier conditions over there in the west, and those temperatures expected to really chill down into the 30s this evening. Taking a look Saturday, downtown trick-or-treating here in Marquette. It's going to be a little chilly out there, 15 to 40% chance of snow showers later on in the evening. Taking a look at our 7-day for Escanaba, chances of snow showers coming on Sunday and even into our Halloween.
Finally tonight, some newborns are getting their own handmade costumes for Halloween. Aspirus Health NICU nurses are creating these costumes for babies that will be in the hospital during Halloween. It's an annual tradition in an effort to boost morale and create a memorable first Halloween for parents and families with a child in the NICU. In order to pull it off, NICU nurses get together weeks in advance to brainstorm and create these adorable costumes.
A few years ago, we thought it'd be a good idea to get Halloween costumes for our babies and get them dressed up. It's always, difficult to have a baby in the NICU, so we just thought we'd bring a little extra joy to parents to make their baby's first Halloween special and memorable for them.
You can check out more adorable photos at WZMQ19.com. We'll see you back here tonight at 11.
Tonight, the breaking news. Israel says it's